Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ServiceNow 911. In the series of change management, today we are in part number 4 and today's topic is emergency change. So let's go and check the demo, workflow and example of emergency change. First of all, what is an emergency change? A brief. This is my article on ServiceNow Spectacular. Let's go to emergency change. A change that must be implemented as soon as possible, for example, to resolve a major incident or to implement a security patch. So it means that the change for which we do not have any plan. It is the reaction of a particular emergency. What kind of emergency? A major incident where the services are down or a security problem. In any way, if the services are down, if the services are affected, then in order to restore the services, if we need to make some changes in the system, then we have to create an emergency change. This change is of high priority, okay, and it does not need, or you can say it does not have time to go through all the approvals. That's why it is directly going to cab approval. It means it is skipping the second part, that is assessment, and it is going to authorization directly. That's what written here. These changes do not follow the complete life cycle of a normal change due to the speed with which they must be authorized. Okay, because we do not have time, we have to restore the services as soon as possible. One more important point is, during an emergency change there are chances that an unplanned CI activity occur, and for such cases an unauthorized change is created and sent for approvals. So what does it signify? It is saying that whenever we are working on an emergency change, it may be possible that we may go and make some additional changes apart from the change what we are doing. Let's say we are doing changes with respect to CI number 1, but there are certain more CI, let's say CI2 and CI3, which are associated or which are in relation with CI1. So it may be a chance that we may change something in CI2 and CI3 as well. So in that case, a separate change will be opened and it is sent for approval for the appropriate stakeholders. Here they have mentioned type of emergencies as well. In part 1, either we are fixing something or it is a retroactive effect of something that already happened, and because of that the services are highly impacted. In second part, it is the beginning. The impact is not completely out of control or it is not completely high, but it may be soon if we do not react immediately. Okay, so these are the type of emergencies which we are talking about. Let me show you the state progression of this particular emergency change. You see, generally in number 2 we have this one, right? That is assessment. But in emergency change, assessment is not there because we do not have time. We have to up the services as soon as possible. It is directly going to authorization and then it is following the as usual part. But remember, all these things like scheduling, implementation and review can be or mostly be under 24-hour time, okay, or it should be done as soon as possible. Because we are in emergency, we cannot sit ideal, we have to act immediately, we have to react immediately. I hope you understand the basic meaning of emergency change now. Now let's move to some example. Let's go to change application. Under change, click on create new. In models you have emergency change, click on it. So now provide some basic details. Let's say which service is impacted. It's SAP controlling or SAP financial accounting. What is the configuration item which is affected here? It is SAP financial. Okay, the priority is high, the risk is high, as well as the impact is high. So what is the situation here? This is the situation of a network outage. Because of that the billing is blocked, and that's why the SAP financial is highly impacted, because it is a direct customer related module or customer related thing, and the people or the customer is not able to interact, not able to do the billing. That's why it is impacting the business highly. It is giving a lot of losses to the organization. Okay, you know billing, right? Billing is always important and it is always on high alert. Okay, so that's why this particular change is created. You can create this change directly from incident as well, the incident where the network outage issue is mentioned. Okay, so that is also a way to create a change request for an emergency change. So as this is a network outage, this change is associated with network team and they were asked to work on it immediately as soon as possible. So that's what they are doing. Click on submit. So now our change is created. Immediately we go for request approval. As this is a cab approval, it will go to the cab group. Scroll to the bottom, you see this is the approval. Immediately after the cab meeting, after all the discussions, the team has decided to give it a go. Okay, then we have to approve it. So now this change is approved and it is ready to be scheduled. As this is an emergency change, we need not to schedule it because we have to do it immediately. That's why you see the planned start and planned end date are not mandatory here. We can directly go to implement. And as soon as we click on implement, you see the actual start date is mentioned here because this is the real time date. And at the bottom you see two tasks, implement and post implementation testing. This is the basic task, we already discussed about it. Let's say someone from the network group has implement the changes, that is the Bo only. Let's say Bo worked on it and now he is closing this particular task. He is saying implemented. Click on close task. This task is closed. Now come to the second task, that is post implementation. Again, someone from Bo team, or let's say Bo, did a particular round of testing once again after implementation. All is successful. He will just say successful and he will say test it, close it. So you see the change request is now at review state. Actual start date, actual end date is completed. This is most important here. Like we have to know when the changes are implemented actually. So that's what in front of you. Okay. The planning is not that much important in this particular type of change. That's what it is not filled up. But you can fill it also based on your requirement, based on your company structure. So now finally the requester will come and see the changes, whether the services are up and they are able to use SAP Financial or SAP Financial Accounting System or not. So once they are fine, they come here, they update the work note. So the customer mentioned SAP Financial Accounting is up and running. It means they are able to use the system. Hooray! So once they save it, the network team will get notified. Okay, and then they see the comment here from the customer, that is Ominder saying okay, and finally they close this particular change. For that they have to do it by mentioning the closure note. So the closure notes are implemented and tested successfully. Close it. So as I'm an admin, I'm doing all these things. You see, all these things are done by me. But when this is actual change request, it will be done by the person to whom the change is assigned, to whom that task is assigned. Okay, so don't get confused. This is the power of admin. They can do anything, but in real sense, it is the complete organizational structure which work accordingly. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, you understand what is an emergency change. And with this, we are done with normal change, standard change, and emergency change. Our next video will be on models, and then we will see further more things. Thank you so much. Subscribe and share it with your colleagues. Bye.